kids can be sneaky. You require a PDF in ManageBack as a final document, and you click on it, and it says it can't open. Well, whose fault is that? I turned it in, says the student. You can't open it. Sounds like it's your problem, Mr. White. So I will show you something super quick. This is a GIF. It is not a final project. It did not take hours. All I'm going to do is change this extension because it's a .gif. I'm going to change it to a .pdf and hit enter. It'll ask me. I will use PDF. And I'll try to open it up. It's like, whoa, what's wrong with that? It looks like a PDF. It says it's a PDF. Size-wise, it's a little bit big. It's interesting. But for ManageBack doesn't. And then you email the kid, and the kid takes 2 days to respond. We've had this happen. I've had this happen. We've had this happen with at least 2 of our year 2 kids this spring. So it's a pretty common practice they like to do. Just have a look at the file size, see if that makes sense. You can play with it. You can, if you change it to something else, it will open. I wonder if it's a GIF. And then if you can get lucky and change it back to its original, then you can see what they've given you in lieu of the PDF. So how possibly could kids work the Turnitin system? That's not possible. It's possible. So I'm going to show you super quick. Student downloads his essay from Google Drive because that's where he's been working on it. Good. Then he opens up a thing called Pages. Move myself over here real quick. Now this is the essay, and as long as thanks PYP, he or she makes this small enough to get this. I'm just going to take a screenshot of this. I'm taking a screenshot of page 1 of my essay, which we can already assume isn't really my essay. And then all they do is fill the page. They're the same dimensions. The quality is the same. You go to page 2. Take a screenshot of page 2. I think you get what's going on here. And of course they come down here. Copy paste. Fill it in. You get it, right? So it reads exactly the same. It looks exactly the same. And up here at the top they go to File, Export to PDF. Then they upload this to ManageBack. Turnitin sees it. Turnitin cannot read images. So that's, if there are 6 pages to this essay, there are 6 images. This will come back as 0. So 99% of the content could have been borrowed from the internet, but because it's being uploaded as an image inside a PDF, there's literally no text. There's no text in this at all. It can't read it, and so it's going to come back as 0. It's not an easy thing to do. I can, of course, with my pages, if I go to Command A, if this was a PDF and I try to highlight any of the text, it won't let me. So if you have any doubts about it, download it. You can highlight text from a PDF. Try to highlight the text. If nothing happens, then it is straight up an image. Another thing which will flag this, if the document already has like a rubric in it and kids are being sort of flagged or identified, and they're all getting like 6% because of that rubric. If one kid pops up as 0, he took a photo of his rubric. If they're smart, they take a photo of the stuff they stole and they leave the proper text of the other stuff, but that's taking it to a different level. Google. It's the easiest thing to help avoid academic dishonesty. Just make sure everything they do is in Drive. Even if it just makes sense for a kid to open up a new doc, don't give them a blank doc. So always do classroom use, make a copy for each student. That way you have the first letter they type all the way through the process of anything they're working on up until downloading as a PDF or submission, however that works. What we don't want is for kids to dump things in, because we don't know where it's coming from. It's coming from a document that they own, that they're working on. Why? Do it in the cloud, do it in Google. If it's coming from something they borrowed, that's the issue. Equally, it helps cut out the tutoring, which does happen, of another person essentially typing on that kid's doc. When you give them the doc, you get to see every single bit of the version history, and the only person typing on that will be the student or anybody logged in as the student. But it does deter other people getting into a doc and completing assignments for the student. So I hope that helped. If you have any questions about any one of these three elements, just hit us up as the tech team, and we'll be more than happy to designate some time to talk to you about it. Thanks.